Yes, welcome ladies and gentlemen. This is the final map, or the final match here of the group. It's Fnatic versus Cloud9. Best of one game. It's going to be on Dust 2. Of course, I'm here, but I have Flarin with me.
Yes, what a perfect ending to a pretty exciting group, I'd say. You know, Cloud9 versus Fnatic on Dust 2, and we just went live.
I can't get any better than this. JW, he takes a shot to the face, bit of a goosh, and falls back quickly. No head armor, of course, in the pistol round. As Cloud9 actually have two people without armor and some grenades instead. So no big surprise they're playing maybe a little bit slower. Yeah,
it looks like they just want to take over long. You know, put some pressure on. Actually looks like it's going to be sort of a B split.
Oh, their bomb is dropped in the middle. JW gets 2 kills from 5 health. Definitely very cool. And Olofmeister will pick up a couple of kills. Flusher just strolls in, randomly picks up the kill. Semphis goes down, and Fnatic, they managed to recover perfectly. So looked like they sustained a lot of damage. Olofmeister took that very dangerous jump up on short. It still worked out great for them.
Yeah, I mean, they shut down middle completely for Cloud9. JW with 2 awesome frags in the beginning. Yeah, here you see the replay. Amazing job for him, just shutting Cloud9 down from the initial push.
So dangerous. That should have been one of those positions. I mean, he's got 5 health, he's point blank range, probably should have been going down. That's the beginning of the game though, and look at Cloud9 picking up even a scout on nothing here. So normally that's something we see on the CT side if they lose, but you know, terrace side maybe it works too. Oh, Semphis, wait a minute. Is there going to be a flashbang in here? It's going to be a smoke, and JW's waiting right at the edge, so Semphis might not get the opportunity, and he's not going to realize.
This is so typical JW as well, you know, when they win the pistol, he buys a DZ and he just pushes long to have his teammate flash for him, and if they decide to push out, he's gonna at least get 2.
Yeah.
I like it here though. Pronex is actually leg shotted by the scout, or body shotted. He has 17 HP left early on in the round. Which is that's the beauty of the scout, right? Sure, like people are saying that it could be OP, you can jump and shoot with it. But in terms of this is actually a pretty decent opening from Cloud9.
And they had the 2 deagles as well to follow up. So I mean, if somebody's been body shot like that and you land a single deagle shot, no matter where it is, it's gonna be bringing that person down. It looks like they're gonna go for the B bomb site. Krims is here with a FAMAS. He's got 1 flashbang to bind that by time, but he actually has no head armor. So if he gets shot,
this could be dangerous.
Yeah, it could be really dangerous.
I would love to see Cloud9 actually have some nades. So they didn't buy any nades. Rather, they went for the deagles and stuff instead. And
we'll see here. Flusher goes down. Krims gets the 1 kill. The bomb is dropped inside here, and Krims will take a double. Really important. He's still alive, trying to see if he can get a 3rd one, but he's going to end it right there. It's still a 2-on-3 here, and the bomb is going to go down. Olofmeister wants to get in and stop it, but he's got to be careful. He doesn't give up this FAMAS. Quick reactions from Olofmeister is going to leave Hiko in a very tough spot in the corner. Is it worth the investment this round? They kill 2 people, they get the bomb down too.
When they get the bomb down, it's worth the investment. And of course, you know, since nowadays you can actually win eco rounds fairly easily. It was a shame that Cloud9 didn't have any nades. I think if they actually had 1 smoke just to smoke off the doors from B, then they could have probably held the retake a little bit better. But they got the plant, they got 2 dead. So it was a decent eco.
All right, we'll see if it's going to help them out a little bit later on. Obviously, Fnatic having to reinvest in a couple of rifles here, and a little bit of bonus money on the Cloud9 side. Bringing us to the 3rd round, and they forced up, and this seems to be such an American thing. JW on the other hand side, he does actually have the AWP, so this is a dangerous gamble coming out right now for Cloud9, and they're trying to take over long, and Fnatic aren't going to challenge them. They're going to go back and regroup in the A-bomb side.
Yeah, I don't agree with this buy at all. I mean, just wait 1 more round. You will have all the nades, you will have an AWP on Shangers, and this is such a gamble, and you know for a fact that Fnatic, they lost 2. Of course they're going to buy, you know, full weapons.
JW punishing them hard over at long, picking up the 2nd kill. It's right now a 3-on-4, and he saw that coming. They were boosting right in the middle of long, and he still picks up the triple. May finally go down. He's going to miss the next flick, and nothing takes care of him. Nothing picks up a kill on Flusher as well. Semphis is trying to get the timing in. It almost worked, and now that's going to leave nothing in a very tough spot here. 1-on-2. If Semphis had got that timing, that would have been incredible.
He should have just kept walking. Like, he started running. That's why Olofmeister actually turned around. If he had just walked past the smoke, that would have been a kill.
And another piece of really good timing there as well. I think Olofmeister spotted nothing up there, and nothing pretty realized he got spotted. Now he's running back. Again, a bomb plant right now, considering the gamble would be quite nice for them. And
yeah, I mean, at least they got 3 of them. Maybe he gets 1 more, and if he's super lucky, he's going to get the bomb down, which I highly doubt. But then at least the buy, he's keeping Fnatic on a low amount of money, which is always good. It's just that buy that they did, they just costing themselves 1 extra round, because now they have to save.
Yeah, and they didn't have a lot of grenades to execute that round with either. So I mean, once they didn't meet, I mean, do you think they were hoping to meet someone at the end of long they could kill early, and Fnatic were playing super defensively?
Yeah, they were hoping that someone would push along from Fnatic and they can get a cheap kill, get control out of long, and then just work from that. But that didn't happen, and that's pretty much where, you know, things fall apart, because they don't have any nades to work with. And then JW actually bought an op as well, and that's even more problems.
It's going to be a bit of a rush out the middle with a couple of P250s on the terrorist side as Cloud9 are trying to see if they can get a little bit more damage done. Olofmeister's there though, pretty clean pick-off, has to resort to the C set for the third kill in a row here, and doing a really, really good job at the moment here on the Swedish side as Crim's going to pick up the last kill in that round. So no damage done that round. That's the first round Fnatic haven't lost a single player.
Yeah, and this is the round that counts for Cloud9. I mean, they actually need to start getting some rounds on the board, and I think this is a good start. Shangaris with the op as well, which is a good idea, and you also have the nades that you need to actually play it a little bit slower than what Cloud9 has done so far.
Sean buying that all with no body armor. I actually think maybe someone could have dropped for him. I'm pretty sure nothing had enough to buy. Then he would have had no grenades, of course. So a bit of an investment as well on that side. And it seems like they're playing a pretty standard round. But Fnatic aren't. They're just rushing right in to take down Hiko, and then they fall back immediately and play it safe. So that's some of the discipline that I think we've gotten used to seeing on Fnatic. Yeah,
and I actually like that a lot from Fnatic. You know, they pushed in, they got one. So they basically just got their objective, and they just fell back. So right now they're in the lead. You know, it's 5 versus 4. They're in a good position, and Cloud9 lost tunnel control.
Flusher in the middle, pick up the following kill. Here still the trade is going in favor of the Swedish team. Grenade to follow on Sean Gers will drop the bomb in the middle. And it's going to be a lot to Shroud here. Again, damage is still important. If they can get a couple of kills in here, it will make a pretty big difference, because Cloud9 obviously are about to be 5 rounds down, but they still need to do that economic damage. Shroud is here. They almost lined it up for him, but it's only going to be the 1 kill. So that's a lot of money on Fnatic now. If you bring up the scoreboard, but
yeah, they're getting a lot of money. So even if they lose this one, they can still buy their ops and, you know, all the nades that they need. And the thing to note here is that Cloud9 isn't really that strong on the T side, but they are fairly decent on the CT side as well. And again, for Fnatic's side, you know, CT side on almost all the maps that they play, they're strong on, whereas on their T side, they might be lacking. So yeah, Cloud9 still needs rounds on the board, and it needs to happen fast.
Oh, if they could have caught Pronax, that would have been good return to the kill that Olofmeister got on Semphis, because again, it's Fnatic with the opening, and Cloud9 trying for the long, rush out long, but actually they don't really get the entry facts they're looking for. Now, Fnatic is going to play this defensively with JW ready and waiting with the AWP, and it's a double up setup for Fnatic, obviously, which is going to make it a lot more tricky for Cloud9 to try and attack this A-bomb site. Nothing has to come up with an insane opening right here, and Pronax is going to be the target. JW goes down, that's one of the AWPs gone. Shroud handling into headshot. Flush is going to come out on long, but he takes a lot of damage and has to fall back. Got to be careful, nothing is there to stop him. Great start for Cloud9, as it's going to be Olofmeister. Point blank range, no scope going in onto nothing. Sean Gers has dropped as well. Grenade to follow, and it's going to be the Molotov here as well, landing right in the bomb site, and Shroud has to move. 2-on-2 with the retake both on short here for Fnatic.
Yeah, and Cloud9 have a decent position to actually hold this. So if they just do it correctly, work together as a team, and you should be able to pick up your first round of the game.
Let's see if they can do it here as Hiko goes down. It's all on Shroud here. He's going to pick up a great flick shot onto Olofmeister now. Crim's alone. 1 bullet is going to take care of it. Shroud sprays. He gets him. Oh, the Glock is out now. He's got 10 health and running away, and Crim's is out of time. He's going to stab Shroud and still lose the round here. Cloud9 picking it up at the end.
That was an insane round. I don't understand the reasoning behind Hiko actually peeking when they had a perfect they had a crossfire. They could have easily just, you know, gotten rid of Fnatic in a better fashion than what they did. But hey, at least they won the round, right?
Right at the edge, though. That's so crazy. That's so close, and somehow it worked out. This action from Shroud is incredible. Yeah. And remember, I mean, Shroud is a player that doesn't have that much LAN experience, and he's already pretty good at it. Oh
yeah, I mean, for sure. I'm very surprised by how Shroud is playing. And if he keeps playing like this, you know, if he keeps on stepping up, because that's what Cloud9 needs.
Trading a couple of kills again, trading more Olofmeister with a double, but then nothing, and Shroud brought it back. Now it's down to whether or not JW can stand his ground on this corner by the car, which is kind of a dangerous place to be. It's never going to come to anything, and he did have, I think Flusher was coming to back him up, but Cloud9 have plenty of time. Did they make the right call falling back from here?
Yeah, since they didn't really get control of what they needed, and I actually think that round that they're doing when they're pushing out long so aggressively with Cloud9, if they would have had an op, that round would have been so much better, and they've been doing it now for a few rounds actually, but they didn't do it when they actually had the op. Because the way that you want to do it is that you want to push out long, and you want to take that pit control and just place your Opera there. Then you can back up if you want, and just let the Opera work.
It's a good pickup from Crims. Not only does he get the kill, he also knows the rest are coming. He's going to go for a double, and he's going to get it as well. Pistols out. Sean Gears now to try and clutch it. Not impossible, but very, very tough at this point in time. And if he can get the bomb down before they get to the bomb site, obviously that will make his job a lot easier. He's been spotted crossing over. He's going to take the fight, and Flusher gets the headshot. Should he have planted it first?
I think what he wanted to do was to equalize, so it's a 1 versus 1 before he plants the bomb, because he probably knew that, you know, if I plant the bomb and they're 2 against 1, it's going to be a hard time to actually hold it. But to think about it as well, Cloud9 have no money. They needed that plant.
It's definitely not looking good here. We kind of, I mean, it's almost at the range where you could end up double ecoing if you don't plant the bomb at least.
Yeah, but knowing Cloud9, they will just eco this round and they will buy the next with the money that they do have. But you know, rounds are taken away right now. They need to get some. They need to get the momentum and some rounds on the board.
Shroud trying to see if he can get some sort of entrance. JW hits the timing just perfectly, and Shroud was already tagged down to 22 health, so not that big of a deal. They don't have any grenades to try and get the bomb down here, but they are making a pretty quick rush, and maybe it's going to catch Pronax off guard here, because there's a lot of people coming, and he's kind of alone. He's got one person down on long to help him out. That's Olofmeister, and he's just landing some really nice shots, so not even any chance. I mean, the bomb actually fell down into CT spawn.
Yeah, and I'm guessing that Cloud9 was just hoping to try and kill off a few Fnatic members. Again, I would have loved to see at least one flashbang from Cloud9 just to flash over so they can actually fall back. Now Pronax didn't actually spot them when they were running down or rushing out, but you know something. They're not using the nades that they actually need to take over sites. Even though they're ecoing, you know, they're still wasting money on buying pistols. And as you see, they actually chose to save again, which I think it's the right choice here from Cloud9.
Yeah, but no one they always make, you're right. They are one of the more buy-heavy teams. Fnatic going super aggressive into Upper Dark. Crims, kind of good that he's falling back, because if he had pushed through, there's 4 people waiting, that could have been a free rifle for Cloud9. So, I mean, it's bad luck on their part, they couldn't get that, but yeah, nice adjustment at the end.
Yeah, and that smoke that Fnatic threw was actually a bit too far into B tunnels for him to actually rush through. If it would have been a little bit closer into the B entrance, then I think that by the time he actually got in and they were still flashed, he would still be able to see someone and then just fall back and be safe. And you know, he got the entry and he fell back.
So very defensive moves coming out here. Apart from that early push from Fnatic, now they're just taking it slowly. Maybe they are going to see a little bit of action over here as Crims is waiting. There's also someone waiting at the doorways. Crims goes down though. Now Flusher has to stay alive. That's a almost perfect grenade. Takes the kill. Follow-up shot here. Drops the bomb. And now he's got the pistol out. It is a 2-on-4. A little bit of hope as they picked out that rifle, but it was quickly extinguished by Fnatic.
Yeah, what I would love to see from Cloud9 this coming round is either, you know, try just with a fast B split, since obviously Fnatic is pushing them, right? You're losing the entry every single round. Just do something fast and do it together, like a B split, or maybe if Sean Garrett buys an op now, he's not going to have an armor again, and take over long and just leave him there in pit and let him. He actually opts to go for AK to get some proper nades. So probably here we're going to see a proper standard round coming out from Cloud9.
Yeah, they spawned kind of in the middle of the bomb site as well, so nobody's spawning close to long or close to B, so yeah, you're right, they are going to take it pretty slowly at this point in time. Olofmeister at 20 kills, just 10 rounds into the game is kind of monstrous. That's hard to deal with. Yes,
it is, and I think that Olofmeister has actually been playing well all day today. He's doing a terrific job, especially, you know, right now versus Cloud9. If he keeps this up, I think it's gonna be tough to break Fnatic.
It really will be. Shroud waiting out here. JW's trying to find the timing and listening, and he feels like now is the time, but Shroud comes out on top here. The Canadian player just a little bit too fast there for JW. It was a nice idea using the audio like that. Just doesn't work out in his favor. Now they're going to throw a couple of grenades in, and one of them is going to tag up a little bit. That's Sean going down. Nothing with the return kill. Pronax goes down to Semphis. That could have been a double kill for Pronax, and that makes a big difference. And Cloud9 with a bit of discipline here. I mean, they've got plenty of time. They have a 2-man lead, and they're just staying put.
Yeah, and that's the way you should do, right? Because Fnatic's going to get nervous. It's going to get stressed. You know, it's 2 versus 4. And Fnatic feels like they have to do something. You know, they have to take a gamble. And Cloud9 perfectly. They were just patient. They were just waiting for Fnatic to peak because they know that Fnatic will peak.
Because, I mean, if you're Cloud9 at that point, you just kill JW on long, you get the kill on Pronax on short, you could think, there's almost no one left today, let's all go, we have the man advantage, let's get ready. But they really stayed still, and that obviously ended up helping them out a fair bit, like you said. So now, a couple of Molotovs as well on Cloud9, they're starting to get a little bit more money. Fnatic still have their bank as well, but we'll see if if they can eventually break it. Cloud9 still, they're still in this game, they're just far behind.
Exactly. And now we see JW pushing Cats.
Yeah, boosted up here as well, which is a bit of a trick. Well known, but it's always hard to predict exactly when it's going to happen. And he gets flashed and grenaded back, and Olofmeister's down the middle, so there's like a crossing of snipers going on in the middle of Dust right now. And Olofmeister's actually the one taking the majority of the damage, has to fall back here.
Yeah, and here we see actually Fnatic and Gamble. They're guessing it's going to be a B split, and they actually have 3 guys at B. This could be dangerous, because it actually looks like Cloud9 wants to take over middle.
They do have one person holding all the way over at long, and they were boosting a couple of people up towards Catwalk. If they get the entry frag on JW over here, the only one person left at A is going to be Pronex down the pit, which is not too cool. Well, we'll see what the North American team can do. They have the smokes to go for B-split if they wanted to. And I mean, now Flush has moved down in CT spawn, so the B-split would be maybe marginally less or more effective this time around.
Yeah, who knows? It looks like they're setting up. Perhaps they might be going for, well, yeah, they're going for a cat run here, and I think that's a good choice because they have 2 guys on A. As long as they flash JW correctly and they get to the site, then they should at least get the bomb down. And if they hold it correctly, they should be able to win this round.
Find out. JW moving up just a little bit. There's the Molotov, the flashbang right in his face. JW has to land the shots here. There's the first headshot on Semph as he goes. Once again, flicks out. His Shroud going down, and then finally he's brought to a hold. But Hiko's the one left, and with 10 seconds, there's really no reason to talk about it. He can't possibly win this.
No, and he has the AKA. He still has a Molotov and armor. You might as well just save. One thing I would love to see from Cloud9 there, they used some initial flashes just to, so they came past the catwalk area, but they didn't use any flashes to take over the site. Yeah. So JW, he was flashed initially, the Molotov was on site, but after the first 2 flashes, nothing else came, and he could just easily, go and peek him with the help of Olofmeister from long.
Yeah, so they had the first part of that, take planned out, but then once JW doesn't instantly get headshot, or once he's unflashed and goes back to sniping, they kind of didn't have the follow-up for it, and that's obviously unfortunate here. Cloud9 going for a buy-up. They had the money to be able to stretch it, and he could obviously save the rifle. Olofmeister up on short is going to take the Warrior Side. Down in the middle is going to take that first kill on nothing, and now he's got the C set out, ready and waiting, and again, JW's up there. These 2 players seem to be just carrying Fnatic through right now. They're doing such a lot of job controlling this map, and the shot through almost brings down Shroud, as well as Cloud9 is now man down and almost 2 if you count Shroud's health.
Yeah, this is not looking good for Cloud9. Again, they know that one guy is aggressive cat, but they don't know that they actually have, one more there. I would just opt to, stick together, try and go somewhere just to get a pick or 2, and see what happens.
Shroud ate a grenade that was perfectly timed. I think Flusher caught the glimpses of Sean there in the middle. Now it's going to have to be clutch time. This is going to be incredible if they can bring it back from this 2-on-4 situation. And they line up for Flusher. He gets 2 kills. And that's unfortunate timing. That's kind of the opposite of what Cloud9 needed.
Yes, exactly. And again, Cloud9, this whole game, I think Sean has had an op for 1 round only. And that's not something you want. You'd rather risk to save 1 extra round so he actually gets the op. So you actually get some map control. Because right now what's going on is that Fnatic's running double ops. And they're, Cloud9 is letting them run everywhere. They can do basically anything they want. And they need to stop that.
Seems like Cloud9 are back to trying to see if they can rush long to get a couple of kills here, but the grenade and the AWP is just too much of a defense, and they kind of slow it down, giving Fnatic time to fall back into some pretty good positions as well.
Yeah. And here you see, JW got the entry. Cloud9 just stops. So they're hesitant on what they're doing. And they don't have any flashes to do anything, and now it's just a pick-and-play game for JW. He goes down, which is good. But the way that it's going, Fnatic will still be able to pick up that op if they want to.
Oh, well, pistols all around here. Of course, it's an eco round for Cloud9. And, I mean, if they wanted to go for a B-split push, surely, traditionally speaking anyway, you'd want to clear out short before you do it, just to make sure you're not going to get stabbed in the back just as you run out middle. But it seems like every time they even get close to short, they end up losing at least 1 person. Do you think that's the reason Cloud9 haven't done the B-split so much? Because it's obviously a very popular strat in the European scene, but Cloud9 have not been too heavy on it.
Yeah, and the reason why it's not been, it's not working in their favor is because they don't have mid control, since they don't have an upper. So Olofmeister and JW can basically do whatever they want, and they don't really smoke off mid. So if they had an op, and you had one guy dropping suicide from T-spawn, smoking middle, you would get like mid control super fast, and even if they boosted JW up on Cat, they would probably catch him off guard.
And we saw one round where Fnatic tried to guess that it was going to be a B split. It ended up not being it. But obviously, if the round where Cloud9 trying to do it, Fnatic also guessed it right, that's going to be devastating. It's looking like another long push coming out here. Pronax, the one defending. If they keep pushing right now, they get the opening frag. Run and gun. There's nobody on this side of the map, so Fnatic aren't going to find anybody. Now, JW wants to get in here, but if they keep moving, they could catch him as well. He's going to flash his way in. C-set, 75 in hand, and it's an instant headshot from Sean Gares. Crims now trying to cover the crossover here, but Cloud9 are in a great position. Smoke goes off to cover it. That grenade not going to kill anybody, and the bomb should be going down here, even though they've done good damage. Oh, Molotov to block the plant. This is going to be dangerous. They get it down. All right, it's going to be a 3-on-5 right here. Another great headshot coming in from Semphis. And it feels like Crims and Olofmeister can't do much to retake it. And it's just as I say it, they get 2 kills in. Crims looking for a little bit more. Nothing. It's going to be spraying down there. It's now just Olofmeister left. 1-on-2, and they should just hide.
Yep.
Oh,
it was a close round, but at least Cloud9 got it. It was perfect. You know, they got the entry on long. They were lucky enough that Fnatic actually only had one guy on A. So they, as soon as they saw JW coming up from CT spawn, they just basically just crushed it.
It feels like that's the A push that Cloud9 have had in their minds the whole game, and if it's only in the 14th round that it works, maybe a little bit late, but better late than never. And now they got the AWP back here on Sean. He spots 3 people jumping over, and it's a double up setup still on Fnatic, very powerful, and just going to be taking a fight over at long as Pronax comes out on top against Hiko. And over at the B-bomb site, I'm not sure if they can make their way through here. Crims is guessing. Flashbangs rain in. Crims goes down. That's a nice entry. Flusher forced back for a moment. Olofmeister, is he going to wait right here? This is really close. He's going to be a little bit careful. They don't just rush out as soon as he misses the shot, if he will. They're going to smoke it off. They're trying to play it safe. It's a 3-on-4 retake, but the B-bomb site's a little bit easier to hold if you're on a terrorist. Maybe it's doable. Sean somehow missing a shot, and that could actually be devastating.
That can cost him around, that shot right there.
Oh, the bomb has finally gone down, and Flusher is kind of low. It may not be over yet. It's the last round of the half here, and there's a lot in the balance. You have a Cloud9. You lose this match, you go out of the tournament quicker than you wanted to. Sean Gayers, and he's going to miss it once again here. Turns around, it's a good flick, but it's not enough. Instant retake from Fnatic.
Yeah, and I have a big problem with that round from Cloud9, actually. So they actually finally got the op after winning the previous round. So Sean Garris is actually peak in middle. He has mid control, as in he knows how many cross to be, so you can easily take mid control. But instead, Cloud9 opts to go to B, where they have 3 people holding, which Sean Garris knew, since he was peak in middle.
Yeah.
Instead of just take mid control first, have the CTs rotate, so they actually don't have 3 guys over at the B site. Even though you only have 1 guy on the actual site, you had very fast rotation, and the retake was pretty solid, I'd say.
So we're on Dust 2, and it's 12-3 for the first half. What would have been a halfway acceptable score for Cloud9? Something they could work with for the second half.
I mean, they're not a bad CT team, and again, Fnatic, they're known for their CT sides, right? So even if they only got 7 or 8 T rounds, obviously you would prefer more, but that is something to work with. Right now, 3 rounds coming into CT side, that's tough. That's a tough position to be in. It's going to be one hell of a uphill battle for Cloud9.
Yeah, you're kind of driving car without any airbags at that point. You have to win the pistol. You have to win the follow-up 4th round. Everything has to go your way early in the game. Yeah. Fnatic, on the other hand, I mean, if they win the pistol, then they pretty much secure 2nd seed in the group almost. At that point, I mean, if you're on the Fnatic team, you can try and orchestrate a really, really good way to execute a pistol. What would you do at this point? Normally
what people tend to do when they're actually up by this much is that they just rush a site. Because the mentality of the other team, especially when you got 12 rounds on the weaker side, is the mentality from, look at Cloud9 right now, for example, you're devastated, And then if you rush them on a site, they might not think straight, maybe they're still frustrated, so they might not hit their shots. So that's probably the best way to do it. Or, especially on Dust 2, maybe B-split. B-splits on the pistol round is extremely powerful.
Well, we're about to find out. If you're just joining us here, then welcome to DreamHack Winter 2014. This is the last match of the first group here, Fnatic and Cloud9. Someone's going home, and right now it's looking like Cloud9 And we're about to get it on, so tell your friends it's going to be Counter-Strike all day here. It's only the first group that we're covering so far, and it's going to be pretty exciting. Fnatic leaving Pronax in the middle and then spreading out quite far across the map, whereas Cloud9 are actually the ones taking initiative right now, going up on short and wanting to push forward. Nothing covering right here. There's smoke covering the lower dark so that they don't get shot too much, but that smoke actually may have failed a little bit as they do drop kind of low and have to fall back.
Yeah, I think Cloud9 just want to push and grab an energy or two just to get some control over the round. And here you see Flush actually has a Molotov. I don't know if that's going to be used to the A site when they actually decide to go A, or if it's going to use in the B just to block off the CTs from entry.
Already Shroud down to 11 health, and looks like Fnatic are going to end up going out on long. There's 3 people waiting here, but some of them are going to fall back. It's a bit of a firing squad, and it's not Cloud9 coming out on top as Olofmeister picks up 2 kills, JW with one of them, and it's going perfectly right here for the Swedish team. Hiko and nothing are left, and there's not really much they can do at this point.
No, and that was actually a really good round by Fnatic. They took cat control, and then they went back and actually just took over long. So Cloud9 was just focused on cat. They had one guy on long, just peeking long. When he went down, there was 2 more. There was one that was reloading that was holding cat, was Semphis, and the other guy just went down instantly. It was a perfect execution by Fnatic, and there's really nothing Cloud9 could have done.
4 kills in the end by Olofmeister, and also a nice detail as they actually were wrapping around Catwalk again for the retake.
And Olofmeister is dropping the 30 bomb. Look at how dominant he's been this game.
Is this real life? We're 17 rounds. He's just starting on the 17th round, and he's got 30 kills. That's impressive.
That's really impressive. He's been a driving force of Fnatic this whole game. He's been playing superb.
Oh, headshot from Sean Gers with the scout on Olofmeister. So cursed him, Fnatic.
It's cast a curse, right?
Yeah. Now you can finally get to feel what it's like being on the other end of it and just dissing that out. Olofmeister gone already. Maybe 30 is going to be his hard limit. That's where he stops. It's a good start. I mean, I think on all the maps, the scout setup is like Dust 2 is the best one to use it, and maybe that's the reason why.
Yeah, because you can just have the scouts long distance, and you hide with the ZZ on a close distance, so the scout might hit one, and then you would just mop it up with the pistol.
They got 3 CZ-75s. They've also got the Deagle here on Shroud. He's ready and waiting, trying for a 1D. He's going to try one more time. Just buying a little bit of time. Semphis goes down, but up close, Hiko's still there. He's going to get the first kill, can't get the second one, and now time is running out for the remaining Cloud9 members. Sean Gers, I think he got a shot in on JW, wants to catch him running out, and he just misses the last pixel there. Now it's a 2-on-3 retake, but without any kits, it's going to be a little bit difficult.
Yeah, they're going to have to work fast. At least they have a flashbang and a smoke they can work with. But I'm going to say, if they don't get a frag soon, they should just save their weapons and just try again next round.
Well, there's one from Nothing all the way in the back. Crims and Flush are still alive, and now Sean Gers is going to be going down, and Nothing might have to just end up conceding this bomb site. He's going to go all in, and he ends up not surviving the rounds. That's 14-3 on Cloud9. Do they buy, or do they try and play for overtime by winning 12 rounds in a row after this?
I mean, it's actually a really tough call to make, since obviously this is your tournament life on the line, and you're 2 rounds away from being eliminated. If you really want to save that extra round, then Cloud9 opts to actually buy in hopes of winning the round and try to get some more rounds on the board.
Yeah, well, they got the body shot in on Crims. That's a pretty good start here. Sean Gers jumping and shooting, and he's going to get punished for it, though. Crims up on short will take him down. Semphis trying to charge in here, but he's making a lot of noise, and Pronax surely must have heard that, and maybe even have heard him jumping down. So Fnatic maybe have a pretty good idea what's going on. Nothing is going to fall next, and this is looking very dark right now for Cloud9.
Yeah, they lost 2 guys in middle, and now Fnatic is just abusing the fact that we killed 2 guys in mid. They should probably be safe.
Hiko doing a lot of work, picks up the triple, final shot on Olofmeister there, and now it's a 2-on-3. It changes in an instant, the scout and then the pistol combo there. Definitely very cool, but JW and Flush are still alive, and they are at least going to get the bomb down. So it's not going to be a walk in the park for Cloud9 to actually finish this round.
Yeah, no, and I must say that was an extremely sloppy smoke coming in from Fnatic that was supposed to cover CT spawn.
Yeah. Didn't work out too well for them. Hiko looking to see if he can do a little bit more. He's only got 8 health left. He's already got the triple kill, putting a few shots into the bomb site. JW is so close with that C set. That's a Hiko picking up. Now a quad jumping down. He's going to realize it. He gets the body shot in. JW still alive. Shroud has to try and hunt him. He doesn't have a kit. He's going to go down. down. JW comes up with a triple kill and puts Fnatic at 15 rounds. How did they throw that away, Fiflaren?
That should never happen. And you can clearly see on Cloud9, their mentality just isn't there. You know, they would have never lost that round normally. But you can see they're not really playing up to their standards. They're not playing like the way they should be. And they're losing these key rounds where it's close to impossible to actually lose.
So much work put in from Hiko. That's 4 kills. I think 2 or 3 of them with a scout and a couple with a pistol as well. And it's a match and map point here as Cloud9 finally clean it up. Fnatic just gets shut down trying to rush into that B bomb site. But the road back is immensely. I mean, in terms of Counter-Strike history, surely this would be one of the most insane comebacks if it somehow worked.
Yeah, and I mean, that last round, since like you said as well, Hiko did work. If they would have won that round, the morale of the team would actually go up. But this round, you know, they're on the verge. After losing a round like that, even though they win this one, they're not going to be happy about it. They're just going to be like, you know, whatever. Yeah, we won a round. Thank God for that. And who knows? The way they're playing, Olofmeister might actually win this the way that he's playing.
Yeah, because he jumps down into 3 players and that pretty much ends it.
That's a bit optimistic.
There was a firing squad waiting. But you're right, because they don't have a kit. I mean, if he kills the guy on short and just stays there, he planted full short as well, which is smart. Could have been ugly.
Yeah, and I mean, yeah, sure, Cloud9 got around now. But again, in order for them to actually, you know, keep going, I think they need one of those hero rounds where you have one player, you know, getting 4, he shuts down a site completely, just so they get their mood up. Because right now they're obviously not happy.
Yeah, I mean, in some ways the pressure is immense on Cloud9, but I mean, could there also be a point in which it's also off now because they've gone past the point where they feel like we've already lost, and now anything goes. Like anything is fair game. Yeah,
but if you have that mentality, the thing is, you would just think like whatever, you know. That's your mentality in that case. Well, they just need to grind rounds.
1 round at a time. They got the 2 opening frags. They did lose nothing, but it's still working out in their favor currently. And you did say earlier, they are a pretty strong CT team. They are not always so good on the terrorist side, but sometimes on the CT side they have their moments of magic. It's going to need to be 11 straight rounds of pure magic coming out here from Cloud9 if it's going to work.
Yeah, and I mean, we're going to have to see some excellent play coming out from the Cloud9 players for that to happen, and some excellent teamwork. At least now, you know, it looks like they're going to win this. Fnatic was on Eco, and it's actually good. They only lost 1 player so far, so if they can keep that up, just to, you know, keep the morale up, you know, okay, well, yeah, sure they had an Eco, but at least we could shut them down.
It's got to be the thinking here. Olofmeister goes down. Flusher trying to run in, and it will be around that Cloud9 pickup pretty easily. Nothing overrun. Long did end up going down, but that was about it. So 15-5, 1 down, 10 to go.
Yeah, and that's the thing about Cloud9. If they only had a few more rounds to work with, I'm pretty sure you would have seen some like crazier play coming out from Cloud9. But I think now, since, you know, they need 10 rounds, they don't want to do any mistakes. And then I don't think you're going to see that bunch of, say, crazy play coming in from anyone. In terms of like going aggressive, especially now when Sanfil's lost the entry to JW.
Yeah, that's the problem. So, you know, Cloud9 going for the double up setup, we've seen Titan, how incredibly effective they can be picking up those 2. But right now you have Sean Gez and Semphis, and either one of them is going to be fighting JW. That's just not fun at all. And Semphis did come out a little bit on bottom there. Crims goes down in the middle though. Shroud with a really good headshot before he gets dropped there onto Pronax, now leaving Hiko inside this bomb site. And he wants to take the fight. He doesn't want to get sandwiched in. He wants to fight up on long, but now he's going to have to be forced back. The smoke is just making it impossible. He lands a headshot on Olofmeister, and that's still pretty good. Now it's down to a 2-on-3. JW waiting in the middle, has the AK in hand. He's waiting. They line up for him, and that's going to be the end. JW triple kill. He ends up at 21 kills. Olofmeister at 32. And Fnatic, they knock Cloud9 out of DreamHack Winter 2014.
Yeah, and it's a shame. I mean, I was kind of rooting for Cloud9. I know they put in a lot of work.